At a public meeting in the Turkish city of Eskişehir on March 16, 2017. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that Turks are being subjected to severe anti-Muslim and anti-Turkish discrimination in Europe. And as a solution, Erdogan advised the Turks to raise their own families. He says every Turkish couple should have 5 children, not 3. Because they are the future of Europe. According to him, Turks living in Europe should live in good areas, the best car to drive. In this way, he said, the Turks would be able to respond to discrimination in Europe. According to a report in the US online media Vox, Erdogan's comments come as anti-immigration activists in Europe fear the rise of Muslims on European soil. In this way, Vox thinks that Erdogan is taking political advantage by fueling diplomatic disputes with some countries in Western Europe in recent times. However, some are also discussing the fact that Turkey is trying to exploit the fears of Europe's aging and shrinking population. The incident comes after a failed coup in Turkey last year. With the coup attempt thwarted, Erdogan sought to strengthen his hand. Erdogan is seeking to strengthen the president's position by amending Turkey's constitution. Erdogan's move to call a referendum to change the constitution has pushed him to vote for the Turkish people living in Europe. The move by Turkish ministers to hold a referendum in Western Europe has angered right-wingers in Europe. At the same time, during the recent war in Syria, large numbers of Muslim refugees entered Europe through Turkey, and the hand of European immigration opponents has been strengthened. This is exactly the situation in the Netherlands. In March, the Turkish Minister of Family Affairs, Fatima Betül Sayan Kaya, was forced to return to the German border after being prevented from entering the Turkish consulate by the Dutch government in Tardam. Although the right-wing Geert Wilders lost the just concluded election there, the reality of his party's large turnout has left many wondering. In a tweet, Wilders cited the Turkish minister's refusal to attend a rally in the Netherlands as a result of his party's tough stance. Although the rise of the right in the media has been downplayed, influential U.S. geopolitical thinker George Friedman has criticized the media for writing on geopolitical futures. According to him, socioeconomic discrimination in both Europe and America has seen migrants as a threat to their employment and livelihoods. It is these deprived people who are strengthening the hand of the right. At the same time, the result is that the moderates tend to downplay the right in terms of the intellectuals, and the results are more inclined towards the right. The extremists who did not get a single seat in parliament just a decade ago are so close to coming to power today. Many, like Friedman, take the Dutch election very seriously. This is followed by elections in France and Germany in Europe, both of which have similar uprisings. Writing in the Huffington Post about his experience in Europe, Turkish writer Kaya Cenk mentions the rise of extremist consciousness in Europe. He said that some ideas were being spread in European society, saying that the Turks were ugly, oppressive and violent. Those who are murderers and rapists at the same time, and they must be stopped. Such thinking is spreading very fast with the use of social media. According to Kaya Cenk, despite the defeat of the right in the Dutch election, that monster they have exposed will engulf Europe. He says the Turks are the biggest fear in Europeans' minds. According to him, the Europeans' attempts to create public opinion against the Turks, reminiscent of the Turkish Ottoman Empire, could make the Turks lean more towards their golden age. Because most Turks do not dislike the Muslim traditions of the Ottoman period. The way in which Turkey has been using the rise of nationalism in Europe since Brexit to achieve its own political ends has been the talk of many analysts. Many see Turkey's ability to take advantage of Europe's socio-economic weakness. Talking to Reuters about the victory of centre-right Prime Minister Mark Rutte in the by-elections, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Kavusoglu said there was no difference between the ruling Liberal Party and the anti-fascist anti-immigration Wilders Party. The main point that the media is avoiding is that Turkey is now a major issue in Europe's internal affairs, and that it has the power to influence European politics. Just a few years ago, when Europe put pressure on Turkey over its human rights, now Turkish leaders are talking about human rights in Europe. Recent events have brought to the fore the 400-year history of the Turkish Muslim Empire in Europe, at a time when Muslims were a major issue in European politics. Analysts believe that the emergence of a new power, called Turkey, could have a profound effect on European geopolitics as nationalist Europe engages in petty nationalism.